Hello, hello. We are live celebrating 10K subscribers here on YouTube. If you are tuning in, then you probably already know that my name is Alex and I am from the US originally, but on my YouTube channel here, I talk all about my life in Mexico and share with you practical advice so you can make your own move to Mexico and have it be a successful one. So I am here on a Thursday night doing a live stream. This replay is going to be up for 24 hours. So if you are watching the replay, I know some people sent me messages today, said they weren't going to be able to make it tonight. So but they said they were going to watch the replay. So if you are watching the replay, leave a comment down below. And if you are tuning in live, which yay, say hi over in the comments. Let's see who we've got over here. Let's see. Hey, Brad. Hey, Peter. Jim. What's up, Jim? Jim is a member of my Move to Mexico membership site, and we actually had a clarity call a couple weeks ago. It was super fun. It chatted about all his plans to move to Mexico. Scott, hi. Scott is also in my Move to Mexico membership site. He was at our mixer last month and he's still in Morelia. Very cool, Scott. John, got some people tuning in from Michigan. Dude. Hey, Jacob. Hi, Bruce. No, all of you are the best. I can't believe that we are at 10K. It's crazy. We've got the Gringo Loco from Costa Rica. Oh, it's raining there. Well, hey, you're inside watching YouTube, so you're making the most of it. Glad that you are here. We got Brad is planning to come to Queretaro in October. Very cool. We've got, hi, Anita. Thank you so much. We've got Michelle here. Michelle's got her plans are like, she's doing the thing. She is moving to Mexico. So send her good vibes. Michelle's also in my Move to Mexico membership site. So glad to have her in there. Hey, Warren. Hey, from Georgia. Very cool. Glad to have you here. And got someone else tuning in from Querétaro. Very, very cool. Oh my gosh, Amy. Hi, Amy. Hey, did you see I've got my Michigan koozie here? I got to remember to take sips of beer because this is a party. We are celebrating. You all, Amy is my best friend from college. We played softball together at Ferris State University. Fun fact about me. Let me know in the comments what position you think I played in softball in comments. Let me know in the chat. I want to hear what your guesses are. Softball, if you're tuning from Mexico, is béisbol para mujeres. So let's see. We've got April. Hey, April. Checking in from North Carolina. What kind of beer am I drinking? Let's see. I have got a Dos Equis, not sponsored. I've got a Dos Equis here. And like I said, we are celebrating. I am so happy that so many of you have tuned in tonight for this little celebratory live stream. I had another video prepped to go this week, but thought, you know what? It's been a minute since I have done a live, and I just felt like coming here and hanging out and thought that was a better fit. And since we have done Sundays in the past, I thought Thursday might be a better fit for some people. I've got my friend Pau in here. Shortstop. Okay, I'm going to tell you in a second. Not a shortstop, and I saw another guest for a catcher. First base. That was interesting. My friend Paulina Pau is in here. If you've seen my girls' night vlog, she talked all about the dating scene in Querétaro. We gave our top tips for making friends in Querétaro. And Paulina is a business owner. She owns Easy Party, which is like Balloon Central in Querétaro. She's got all the stuff you need for a rockin' party. And she gifted me these balloons for 10K. It has been so cool to connect with other female business owners, entrepreneurs in Queretaro, and she really inspires me to go out and to chase my dreams. I am feeling like very sentimental tonight. All right, so here's the tea before we move on. In college, I was an outfielder. I played left field on my college softball team. My mom is in here saying, I know. Some of you met my mom in my video a few weeks back because I was in Michigan for like 10 days. Taylor and I went back to Michigan for Mother's Day, and my mom and I went to a winery. I showed you around my hometown of St. Joseph, Michigan, which is really beautiful. It was fun to share that with you all. Oh, hi, John. Hi from Tequisquiapan. That is very near to Querétaro. It is a pueblo mágico. And John, I'm so happy for you that you are there. Cheers to you. All righty. So today, today, what have we got on the docket today? It's been a while since I've done a live, so I feel like I've got some jitters, some live jitters. But first of all, I just want to say welcome again to everybody who is here tuning in. I'm so glad that so many of you could make it on a Thursday night and on short notice too. I know I kind of decided this last minute today. I was like, you know what? I want to go live. So I'm so happy that so many of you could make it on short notice. And thank you so much for being here. And thank you for being a subscriber. Whether you subscribed to my channel last week or you subscribed to my channel when I put out my first videos back in July of 2020. I think I uploaded my first 3 videos to YouTube in the first or second week of July 2020. So it's been almost a year here on YouTube. And I can't believe that we hit 10K. It is so cool. And I really do feel like I've been able to connect with so many of you. And this channel feels so personal. I've heard so many of your stories. You really do inspire me with your plans to move to Mexico, the actions that you're taking. For many of you, this has been a lifelong dream, or you're moving to Mexico for love, or you're just in search of adventure, and it is just so inspiring. So this is a little party to celebrate all of us. I'm going to be answering your questions about Querétaro, about moving to Mexico, about living in Mexico. So we've got Taylor over at our dining room table. And he is watching the comments for me. He's keeping track of questions. So I'm going to periodically ask him if he sees anything in there. I'm going to also be keeping an eye on the comments here. So let's see. Oh, Tim. Or excuse me. Oh, Scott, I always do that. Oh, me. But yes, can't wait until we meet to celebrate 100,000. You know what? I think that 100,000 would feel special, but this is seriously one of the best feelings I've ever had in my whole life for 10K. I just, cheers. All right, let's see. I thought that I would share really quickly, if you want to drop some questions that you have about moving to Mexico, living in Mexico, in the comments. Taylor is going to keep an eye on those for me. Also, I believe that I have my super chat turned on if you want to make sure that your question gets seen, or if you just feel like supporting this live stream, supporting the YouTube channel with a little monetary gift that is there. So first, before we jump into things, before we jump into the questions, I thought that I would just go over my move to Mexico story. Let's see, I moved to Mexico in 2017. Prior to living in Mexico, I lived in Madrid, Spain for 2 years. I originally moved there as an au pair. After college, I absolutely loved it. And when I got back, I told Taylor, we've got to move to Spain. We've got to move to Madrid. So we found a program that allowed us to move to Spain and have a visa. And we were there in Madrid for 2 years. But after 2 years, it just felt like it was time for for something new, time to do something different. And we were tossing around different things, different places that we might go. And really, we were not thinking about moving back to the US. We were just not ready for that. We thought we want to go somewhere else, but definitely not back to the US. And we were really considering different countries in South America. We were thinking pretty strongly about Ecuador, about Uruguay, Argentina, and finally gotta give credit where credit was due. And it was my mom who suggested Mexico. And when she told us, hey, what do you think about Mexico? I think that would tick your boxes. I think that would be a good fit. And we just turned to each other and we're like, duh, Mexico. And we did a little research, very little research, to be honest. And as far as cities that we were considering in Mexico, we were considering Puebla and we were considering Querétaro. And we just pulled the trigger and went for Querétaro. I think I watched like one YouTube video before I moved here, and I couldn't find much about it in English. And really, that's what kind of sold it to me. I wanted to go to a place that I didn't really know anything about, a place that I could come and improve my Spanish, use my Spanish a lot. And that was Querétaro. And we have been here. Honestly, I thought we'd be here for 2 years. And we have been here for we're, I think, right about 3.5 right now. Been here for 3.5 years and planning on staying a lot longer. So I saw a question over here in the comments about Spanish that I thought was a good fit. Oh, Shauna wanted to know, did you speak Spanish before you moved to Spain? Okay. So here's the deal with my Spanish. I took Spanish classes in high school, and did some Spanish clubs and remember CD-ROMs. I did some computer games back in the 90s with Spanish, but I took 4 years of Spanish in high school. But if anyone else it took Spanish in high school, at least at my school, we did not do a lot of conversation. It was a lot of grammar. It was a lot of reading. And even though I took Spanish every day pretty much for 4 years, I left high school and could not speak it. So kind of put that on the back burner. And then before I moved to Spain, I started taking Spanish classes online via italki. And when I moved to Spain, I was taking classes while I was there in a language school. And so my Spanish, I would say, it's so hard to talk about Spanish levels because I feel like the more you know, the more you realize that you don't know. But I was probably a lower level intermediate speaker, probably the lowest level intermediate. And in Spain, Madrid was a tough place to learn Spanish just because there are so many foreigners there and there are so many English speakers there. So I felt like my Spanish really started to take off when I moved to Mexico. And now estoy súper contenta con mi nivel de español. Alrighty, so that's kind of the deal with Spanish. And if you have any questions about resources, about, I see that my mom has a question here about Spanish classes in Querétaro. There are Spanish classes in Querétaro. Yes, there are several language schools. Gotta remember to take a sip of my beer. There are several language schools in Querétaro. And it's right now, a lot of those classes are virtual and a lot of those classes have been put on hold because of the pandemic. But Querétaro is, I think, in green in Mexico's 4-light stoplight system. Mexico is finally in green. Things seem to be under control here. At least that's what the government is telling us. And I think that as things are starting to open back up, those Spanish classes will start to open back up. And I think for someone considering moving here, taking Spanish classes is super important. And taking Spanish classes in person would be a great way to meet people.
And language exchanges.
And language exchanges. Taylor just shouted that out to me from across the room. Language exchanges are another great way to meet people and to make friends that are both, are native Spanish speakers and to connect with other English speakers. Because really, I'm probably not telling you all anything that you haven't already heard, but speaking with native speakers is the best way to learn Spanish. Super, super important. So, gracias a mi amiga Pau, si todavía está en the live, because I love chatting with her in Spanish. What are language exchanges? Language exchanges are, in Spanish, we call them intercambios. And basically, it's just a get together where native speakers and people wanting to learn Spanish can connect. And usually you chat with people half in Spanish and half in English, because people are trying to learn English and you are trying to learn Spanish. So it's a great way to meet people and to make friends. And we have been to a couple language exchanges here in Queretaro. And there was one at a bar called College Bar that we went to a few times before the pandemic. And I would definitely love to get back to doing that soon, I hope. So let's see. Are you seeing any questions in here? I called Taylor Spanish. I'm like, it's okay. Are you seeing any questions in here, Taylor, that you want to throw up on the screen? Okay, Chrislyn wants to know, are there suburbs like in the US, and how far out from the city until it starts to feel more rural? If you have, let's see, on my Instagram stories, I love to take videos from the Mirador, from the rooftops of Querétaro. And if you've seen that, you know that Querétaro is sprawled out. It's super sprawled out. So I would say that you might need to drive 40 minutes maybe for it to start to feel rural. And there are suburbs and there are small towns. For example, John said that he was checking in from Tequisquiapan, which is a small town, pueblito, about an hour away from Querétaro. There's also Bernal, which you might know from the famous Peña, the monolith. And those are both about an hour from Querétaro. And that's when it starts. I feel like when you get out to those, you're definitely like in the pueblo. Definitely, for sure. It feels very rural then. Let's see. Oh, very cool. Giovanni said that he is a Mexican guy from Querétaro and he is here to give advice. It is always cool to have Queretanos. Are you Queretano, Giovanni? Because Queretanos are a rare thing in Querétaro. If you didn't know, that Querétaro is a city where there are a lot of people moving here from other parts of Mexico. And that is something that I really, really love about Querétaro, because since there are so many Mexicans moving from other places in Querétaro, people come here and they want to make friends. They want to connect. They don't have those same social groups that they did from high school or primary school or whatever. They are looking to make new friends. So Querétaro is a great place to make friends that are both foreigners and Mexicans, because it's a city of transplants. Definitely. I was going to say foreigners from the US and Canada, as well as foreigners from South America, other places in Central America. Hi, Helen. Glad to have you here. Debbie, I'm glad you're here. Thank you so much. We are celebrating. I've got my Dos Equis here, which really... It was funny. In my video that I did the other day, this was a couple weeks ago, I did a video about the things I don't miss and the things I do miss and the things I don't miss about living in the US. And one thing that I don't miss is Bud Light. I hope to never drink another Bud Light again. It's just so funny because all of the US's domestic beers just totally just like, pale in comparison to all of Mexico's domestic beers. I feel like all of Mexico's domestic beers are great. So Mexico has a great craft beer scene too, but they also have amazing just domestic beer. Dennis, you will be able to watch the stream again tomorrow. It will be up I like to leave my streams up for 24 hours. So it'll be up tomorrow in case you've got to go. Also, Chris is also drinking Dos Equis. Very cool. Thank you, Michael. All right, Mark wants to know, if you want to get out of town for a weekend, do you recommend renting a car, or is it better to rely on public transport? It depends on where you're going, Mark. If you are looking for a little weekend trip from Querétaro, I recommend San Miguel de Allende. I recommend Guanajuato. Even if you go to some of the pueblos mágicos like Bernal or Tequisquiapan, if you're going to one of the pueblos mágicos and you plan on going, for example, to wineries around, or to some of like the other artisanal things to do in the areas around there. Like there's different craftsmen and things like that. If you're going to a Pueblo Mexico, then I would consider taking a car, although there is transportation, public transportation, really affordable transportation. I think it costs like $2 to get out to Bernal on the bus. But if you're going to somewhere like a city, I think it's a better idea I personally prefer to take the bus. The bus is about an hour from here to San Miguel, and it's very clean. I think it costs like $5 each way. It's super, super clean, and it's easy. You don't have to worry about parking. You don't have to worry about driving in the city. And in those kind of places, Guanajuato, San Miguel, even Mexico City, you could do a weekend trip to Mexico City. That bus is 3 hours. Morelia is a couple of hours, and all those places have more than enough to do. You would not need to drive. So I would definitely, buses in Mexico. I know if you're coming from the US or Canada, you might be like, buses? That's how all my friends and family are when they come to Mexico or when they would visit us in Spain. But I love traveling by buses. Buses are fabulous, and they're really fast, really direct, really clean, really affordable. Let's see. Thank you, Mike. Thank you so much. Yes. Always had great luck with the bus system in Mexico. Yes, the bus system in Mexico is super, super great. All right, Mike wants to know, just out of curiosity, how many pesos can you expect to spend on a good craft beer? Oh, Taylor, were you answering this one? What'd you say? Let me see. Craft. Okay, so Taylor's got your answer. Mike, a craft beer at a bar or restaurant around here is usually between 70 and 100 pesos. A domestic will typically be between 30 and 50. Thanks, Taylor. Good info right there. All right, Chrislyn wants to know, what are the best restaurants we should not miss when we visit next month? Ooh, Chrislyn, you definitely got to check out, if you haven't seen it yet, check out my girls' night vlog. It's got 3 amazing rooftop terraces, and the first place that I show in there, Carranza 50, Carranza 50, it's a really nice rooftop. It's a really chill vibe, and the food is so good. That is probably my favorite spot in Querétaro right now, is Carranza 50. Definitely check that place out. Nice rooftop, but all the places that I showed in that girls' night vlog are super fabulous. I've also heard really good things about a place called Asador Barbaro, which is like a vineyard, like farm to table restaurant a little bit outside of the city, but you can get there by Uber. I'm hoping Taylor will take me as like a special day, maybe to celebrate 10K. Who knows? Maybe it could happen. But bueno, Asador Barbaro. Look into that. Check that out. I will type it here right now, or Taylor can type it out in the chat so you can see that. But I've heard amazing things about the food. It's a little bit on the pricey side, but like I said, it's like a farm to table winery, petting zoo, and it's supposed to be really beautiful. Let's see. Okay, Jose wants to know, can you tell me about your experience with water supply? I've seen in some places that there are some days that the water does not reach homes and it is rationed. That has never been my experience in Querétaro. I've never had any issues with what I don't think we've lived here when there's been a crazy drought or any, I don't even know what drought would be for Querétaro because sometimes it goes like 8 or 9 months without raining. But I did see a question earlier, but it has been raining here lately. I saw a question earlier about the floods, but I haven't had ever had the water supply. Every time I turn on the faucet, water comes out. So haven't had an issue with that. Let's see. Okay, Boink also said that he or she has never had issues with water in Mexico City either. But they do have water. They do have water tanks on reserve as a plan B. Yes, someone earlier asked me about I saw earlier a question about the flooding in Querétaro. There was some flooding. Taylor and I were actually coming back from Michigan to Querétaro that weekend, and some of you emailed me and reached out to ask if we were okay, which was so nice. That was so kind of you. We were okay. We didn't. We came home, and if you've seen on my house tour or in some of my vlogs, we have an interior courtyard. And there is a drain out there, but the drain got plugged and that interior courtyard was flooded. But other than that, we didn't see any signs of damage or anything like that in the city center. I'm not sure for further outside of the city. The other night, we did have a pretty crazy storm here too. I think this was on Monday night, and it was hailing. I have a fig tree outside, and the hail like ripped through some of the leaves. It was super, super intense. Usually we leave our windows open when it rains here because it's nice to kind of, get the fresh air and that kind of stuff. I like the smell of rain. The city smells really clean, but we had to close our windows, and honestly it was like battening down the hatches on a ship. We were like pulling the windows closed. It was like there was also an electrical storm. The sky was going crazy, and the hail, it was whew. So, I mean, you do get storms like that in Mexico from time to time. Let's see. Johnny wants to know, is November a good time to visit your area of Mexico? November is a great time to visit the Bajío region. That's where we live in central Mexico. And the weather, I think, is great in November. That's the coolest weather that we have is in December and January. And that's when it gets cold here. But November, it's probably still gets up to in the upper 70s during the day, sunshine all day. It's not the rainy season. I would say that November is a fabulous time to visit, Johnny. So you should definitely check out Querétaro, check out the Bajío region in November. Beer break. All right. I wanted to put up a little question for you all. I know that you're sending me your questions, which keep sending them. But when you get a chance in the chat, let me know, what's your favorite backpacking brunette video? What's your favorite vlog or video that I have shared to date? Let me know in the chat. It doesn't have to be the exact title or anything like that. Just, I liked the San Miguel video or the girls' night vlog or when you're home with your mom or whatever your favorite video was. I'd love to know, just because I think it's kind of a fun thing to share at 10K, but also kind of just looking ahead to this next year. Where is the Backpacking Brunette YouTube channel headed in year 2? I like to know what your favorite videos are so I can make more like it. You know me, I'm always trying to provide useful comments, helpful. Debbie, thanks so much. Debbie coming in with the super sticker. You're the best, Debbie. Thank you. All right. So Kristen said that her favorite was plant shopping. I've got another really awesome plant shopping place that I want to show you all in the center. It is just, wow, this place is so, so cool. But I've got to decide what kind of plants I need because my house is really starting to fill up with plants. Let's see. Okay, Jose loves the ones about visas, which in case you haven't seen my series on getting my temporary residency visa in Mexico, I have 4 videos about visas in Mexico. And also I have a couple videos about the cost of living. I have one where where Taylor and I specifically tracked our food expenses for the whole month. I actually think I'm going to do an update to our costs of living video. So look for that later this summer. Do an updated cost of living video just with the conversion rate, with inflation. It'd be interesting to go back and compare the 2 videos. Ah, yes, Brad, the coolest brewery in Querétaro. Yes. If you haven't seen the vlog from Cervecería Hércules, one of my favorite places in Querétaro for craft beer, I love that vlog. That was a really fun one. Yes. Oh, another one for cost of living. Debbie says your visa videos are the best on YouTube. Thank you. Thank you. I try to give you the information that you want and the information that you need so you can move to Mexico. Michelle says, thanks to you, I contacted Yvonne to finish our residency. Yes, Yvonne from Host Relocation in Querétaro she is a pro with all things immigration and helping foreigners relocate to Querétaro. She can help you in La Paz, she can help you in Querétaro, and she can help you in Mexico City. That's Yvonne from Host Relocation. And it's been so great getting to know Yvonne and to, again, like my friend Pau, meeting business owners and female business owners in Querétaro and connecting with them and all helping each other out. JT with major Mexico mistakes. Okay. I think that this is a severely underrated video. If you haven't gone and checked out the major Mexico mistakes video, that is one of my personal favorite videos that I've made for YouTube. And I think that it is just like packed I think I even say that it is packed with information from start to finish. If you haven't seen I think it's 9 major mistakes that people make when moving to Mexico. Definitely check that video out after you watch this live stream because it is packed. Boink says the housing videos were really good too. Yes, my apartment tour was one of my first videos that I put up on YouTube, and I'm really glad that it helped people out a lot for kind of what to expect when moving to Mexico. Boink has been here from the jump, so I am grateful to you for believing in me as a YouTuber. All right. Rosa wants to know, are you going to do another video with the tangerines? What do you think they are living here? I think that they're probably loving it. Everyone who moves to Querétaro loves it. So hopefully that they are happy here and enjoying it, and who knows what the future will hold. All right, let's see. Oh, I wanted this question. Is it possible to rent apartments and homes on tourist visas? It is possible to rent homes and apartments on tourist visas. I rented, if you haven't watched my series on temporary residency, I moved to Mexico in 2017 and lived here as a temporary resident for 2.5 years, almost, before getting my temporary residency. So, excuse me, I was living here on my tourist visa, and I was able to rent this apartment. We had signed a contract, so rented this apartment. I was able to get health insurance, a cell phone plan, Wi-Fi. You can really do a lot on a tourist visa, minus open a bank account. Of course, some landlords are going to be like, tourist visa? No, thank you. Especially in a city like Querétaro that isn't really set up for renting to foreigners. It's not a place like Puerto Vallarta or San Miguel or Mérida where there's a lot of foreigners coming in every single year. So the market there's a lot of landlords who have never rented to foreigners before here. So some people might be a little dubious, but for our landlord and our experience, and for other foreigners that I know in Querétaro, it was not an issue. Thanks, Jose. Monique wants to know, can you review the ETN luxury bus? Let's see. I love ETN. I think we took ETN. Did we take ETN when we went to San Miguel? We took a double-decker ETN to San Miguel, ETN, and I love it. I usually the line that I ride the most in Mexico is probably Primera Plus. Primera Plus. There's no way to say that in English. And that is the line that runs from Queretaro to the Mexico City airport. So that's the one that I take the most probably, but I've taken ETN, I've taken ADO. Let's see. I actually took ETN from, this is how much I love buses in Mexico. I took ETN from Querétaro to Puebla. And then I don't know if it was ETN again or if it was another line, but then I took the bus from Puebla to Oaxaca City. And then I took the bus again from Oaxaca City to Puerto Escondido. So check out a map. That's a long way on buses. And it was perfectly fine. Yes. For Primera Plus is first plus, but I was just trying to say like Primera or something, like how I was going ETN and ETN and yes, but thank you. It does translate to first plus. Very good. Let's see. Yes, bus videos are great. People do need to see how great Mexico's buses are. Really great and really safe, a safe way to travel in Mexico. All right. Jose really liked the videos that I did about the neighborhoods, and I definitely do plan on expanding these videos and on expanding this neighborhoods series. I'm just trying to figure out the best way to tackle it, and I think that those videos are going to be coming in the second half of this summer. So hang on, the neighborhood videos are coming. They're just, they're a lot of work to film. I will tell you that. They're a lot of work to film and they're a lot of work to plan, but I know that those videos about the neighborhoods, different costs of living, different types of housing, what's best for families, what's best for retirees, singles, that kind of thing. Those videos I know are really helpful, so they are coming. Yes, Oaxaca City to Puerto Escondido. That was 11 hours through the mountains, and I slept the whole time. Slept 8 hours straight. Earplugs and a eye mask. Those are the secrets to smooth travel. But we were like back and forth on the bus like this through the mountains. Yes, neighborhood videos are coming for sure. Hola, glad to have you here. I'm glad you liked the road trip video to San Miguel. The San Miguel video was very, very fun to make. If you haven't seen that vlog, when I first went to San Miguel, the first time I went to San Miguel after moving to Querétaro, my parents were here, and this was in like 2018, and we went for an afternoon as like a day trip, not even a whole day trip, just an afternoon trip, and I really did not like it. I thought it was super overrated. I just like didn't get the hype at all. But when we went back, Taylor and I, for a weekend, for our anniversary at the end of April, we went back and spent the whole weekend there. And it was magical. I get it. I get the hype, and I'll admit that I was wrong. So I admit that I was wrong in the video, and I share my tips so you can not make my mistakes in San Miguel and you can enjoy it. Let's see. Any questions in here about moving to Mexico, about living in Mexico? Okay, Joseph wants to know, how's the nightlife there? And are things starting to open back up? Okay. Beer break. It's staying cold. Kuzi was a good decision. How is the nightlife there? Are things starting to open back up? The nightlife here, I would definitely recommend checking out I know your guy, Joseph, but if you haven't seen my girls' night vlog, I share 3 of the best rooftop terraces in Querétaro, and I think you can kind of get a good idea for what the nightlife is like, because that's just on it. That video was shot on just a Tuesday night, and I thought that the nightlife was pretty hopping. So things are definitely starting to open back up here, and honestly, it's more In Queretaro, in a lot of places in Mexico, it's more about your personal level of comfort with being around people, because everything's pretty much open here. So if you want to hit the bars, hit the cantina, you can definitely do that. Things close a little bit earlier than they usually do. I think when we made that video, things closed up around 10 or 11 o'clock during the week, open a little later on the weeknights. But yeah, things are open and you can definitely, there are people out and there are people out partying. So, shout out, Brad. Oh, Brad, thank you so much for the super sticker. I really, really appreciate it. That is so nice. Cheers to you, Brad. Thank you. And I like your avatar. It's cute. Let's see. Michelle wants to know, what's the best advice you've gotten about living in Mexico? The best advice I've received about living in Mexico. I think everything that people say about Mexicans being super open and super welcoming has been true for me. And I hope that that's really comforting for you as you make your journey to Mexico, Michelle. And also, I know you've been working really hard on your Spanish. So take that, what people say about Mexicans being so welcoming and opening, and just go at it with your Spanish here and talk to anybody and everybody and use it in whatever situation you can and practice, because people are so nice and so helpful here, and they want to understand you, and that makes all the difference. I think that it was a really big boost to my confidence when I moved here and, started to get out of my shell and start speaking Spanish, that people wanted to understand me, that people weren't, looking down on my Spanish or anything like that. So just really, really lean into it and go for it. Let's see. Let me see. All right. How long does a permanent resident card last? A permanent resident card lasts forever. When you're a permanent resident, you are a permanent resident. That's it. It's over. There's no more renewal or anything like that. A temporary resident, which is what I am right now, you renew every single year. So I'm actually getting ready to renew my temporary residency later this summer. And hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll be able to renew it for 3 years and not have to worry about it until, I don't know, 4 years from now. But then after 4 years of temporary residency, you are eligible for permanent residency. And once you are a permanent resident, once you have your permanent residency card, you're good to go. That's it. You're done. There's no more renewing. It lasts forever. And it doesn't matter if you are living in Mexico that entire time or not. You're a permanent resident. These videos, this is going to be up for 24 hours. I like to leave the live streams up for 24 hours. Bruce wants to know, would you eat street tacos, etc. on the street? And Bruce, I would, and I have. And I'll tell you the times that I have gotten sick in Mexico, because I saw that in the chat over there. Some people were chatting about that. The times that I have gotten sick in Mexico, it was not from street food. It was from food I ate in restaurants that lots of foreigners and, lots of people go to and, lots of people review and everything like that. Sometimes I don't know what made me sick, but I've never gotten sick after eating street food in Mexico. Mexican street food is great. Yes, street tacos are the best. Go for it. Yeah, I've never gotten sick after eating street food. The thing that you want to be careful about with street food, if you've got like a nervous stomach or what have you, or even if you just want to be cautious, I like to tell people, eat your hot food, hot. Always go for hot. And if you're going for something cold, if it's like fruit or something like that, or something that could be growing like bacteria on it, go for make sure the place has ice. Ice is a very good sign. Actually, over on my blog on backpackingbrunette.com, I have a very helpful blog post with 35 do's and don'ts for traveling in Mexico. And I give my tips for eating street food safely and for what to look for. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. It's the beer. Sorry. How embarrassing. But I try to, where's my mind? Okay. I give my tips for eating street food and how to find like a good street food stand, a reliable street food stand. So I will link that in the description of this live stream when I'm finished. But if you just go to my blog, backpackingbrunette.com, it's 35 do's and don'ts for traveling to Mexico. Yes, honestly, I think it's crazy to me if you come to Mexico and don't try street food. Like, especially in a place like Mexico City, that's where you're gonna have like it's just part of the experience. You got to do it. You can, yeah. There's definitely ways to be safe about it. Yeah, if it's busy, that's definitely one of my tips, JT. If it's busy, that's a really good sign that the street food stand is a good one. And also not only because a lot of people are eating there, but like JT says, that the food, it's not been sitting out all day. They're turning over the ingredients quickly. Thank you, Anita. All right, let's see. All right, Mike wants to know, if you become a permanent resident, can that help a friend or family member coming to Mexico and get their temporary visa? It can help someone that you are married to, or it can help your minor, like a child that is your dependent. But other than that, it can't really help another person. Let's see. Oh, my mom's got some tips in here. The more humans in the food delivery chain, the more likely your food may get contaminated. Also, best to have your street food straight off the fire, no touching by the maker. Yeah, definitely. And I always tell people that gloves, if someone's wearing gloves, whoa, that is a good sign. Kind of rare, but very good sign. And if there's antibacterial gel, which is super commonplace now because of the pandemic, but if there's antibacterial gel, then there's a good chance that that person is using it, the person serving your food. Let's see. Avery, I'm glad that you could make it for a little bit. I'm super glad that you're here. If you've got any questions about moving to Mexico or living in Mexico, let me know. We're sharing sharing all that here. I also wanted to, I don't know if I wanted to shout out Ulysses. Thank you so much for your super sticker. I really, really appreciate it. And it's nice to know that you're enjoying the live stream, that you're enjoying my videos. I'm so happy that so many of you are here hanging out on a Thursday night and celebrating 10K. If you missed it earlier, or if you're just checking in now, we hit 10K. Our community, whoa, like, I can't believe it. Like, we are at 10,000, honestly, like even 100 more than that, 10,100 subscribers now here on YouTube. I started my channel back the first week of July 2020, and I'm just so pleased. I've been able to connect with so many awesome people that inspire me. I love hearing about your plans to move to Mexico, and I love it when you email me or send me a DM on Instagram or leave a comment and let me know that where you are with your plans in Mexico. I love getting those messages like, I'm here, like I made it. I'm in Morelia, I'm in Queretaro, I'm in Merida, I love hearing that, you're doing the thing. It's so, so exciting. I think that's what really sets our community apart. There's just so many, like, you're doers. You do it. You dream of moving to Mexico, and you're here watching the videos about the residency process, about apartment hunting, about cost of living. You're watching those videos because you're on a mission to do the thing. Like, cheers to all of you. These awesome 10K globos balloons were gifted to me from my friend Pau. She's been in my Makoni vlog, which is when we went on that cool hike out in the Sierra Gorda outside of Queretaro, in the little mining town. We went through the canyon and we went to the waterfall, the tallest waterfall in Queretaro. My friend Pau from that video, and she's also been in my girls' night vlog, which also has really helpful tips for making friends in Mexico, and specifically some groups that you can join in Querétaro if you're planning on moving here and you want to meet people. So she's become an awesome friend. I'm so glad we've connected. And she gifted me these balloons because she owns a party store in Querétaro. It's called Easy Party. Let's see. What have we got over here? Troy, been in Mexico for 4 years. Very cool. Where do you call home in Mexico? Yes, my friend Amy's been here to Querétaro. She came to Querétaro in, oh my goodness, 2018? I don't know. End of 2018, I think. And she will be coming back to Mexico, not to Querétaro, but back to Mexico for my wedding, mi boda, in Puerto Escondido. Oh, Scott says, if you're really interested in moving to Mexico, be sure to join Alex's Moving to Mexico group. Super helpful and a great way to network. Shameless plug. Thank you, Scott. Thank you so much. Scott is a member of my Move to Mexico membership site. If you're interested in checking out the details for that, I'll put a link in the description of this video. It is backpackingbrunette.com/register. It is a membership group for the doers. Like I was saying, everyone in the group has plans to move to Mexico, either in the next week. Some people are on their way down here right now, or in the next couple of years. And it's a great place to connect with people and to connect with people, to connect with me. We have, if you like these lives, we have monthly Mexico mixers via Zoom, which I loved connecting with Scott at our first one. We had a little Cinco de Mayo party and got one coming up in June. So that's backpackingbrunette.com/register if you want to check out the details for that. Bruce! Thank you, Bruce! Thank you, Bruce! Oh my goodness, very cool. It is so awesome to know that you are enjoying the live stream and that you're enjoying the content. It's been, oh my gosh, 10K! Can you all believe it? Oh my goodness. Nomads with a Vision is here for the live, and you and your family are moving to Querétaro at the end of June. Very, very cool. Congratulations. You're going to love it. Querétaro is, for foreigners and Mexicans alike, it's often referred to as the Orgullo de Mexico. Whoa, K. What are K? K. The Orgullo, the pride de Mexico, the pride of Mexico. It is one of the best places to live in the country. So I hope that you love it here. Nomads with a Vision. Jorge wants to know, is there a place to play pickleball in Querétaro? I don't know. I'm on the look for it. I'm on the hunt for it. I was just talking with Mao and Luis today, some of my friends, about pickleball. I want to start playing in Querétaro. So I think that we're going to look for a court or a pista. So I will keep you updated. Yes, pickleball is a good question. Yes, I'm going to figure this out because I really do enjoy playing. Very cool that you've been playing in San Miguel. Thank you, Taylor, for turning the lights on. It's getting a little dark here. Where do you purchase the bus tickets? Kristen, oops, you okay, Taylor? Taylor's got a lot of cords going on over there. I purchase the bus tickets online usually ahead of time, but really you can purchase your bus tickets right at the Central, at the bus station here in Querétaro. But I usually purchase mine online from Primera Plus. So www.com, www.primeraplus.com.mx. So it's really easy to do online. Let's see. Doot, doot, doot. Uh, Debbie says, I second Scott's recommend. Remember, yes, I second Scott's recommendation. The Moving to Mexico group is amazing. Absolutely worth it. So glad to have you in there, Debbie. Debbie, you're another one who's been here since almost the beginning, cheering me on with the YouTube channel, saying you're enjoying the comments, or excuse me, enjoying the you said you've been enjoying the content by leaving comments. And I really do read every single comment that I get on the channel. It's so nice, when you all let me know that you enjoy a video or what parts you like in the video. I really try hard to answer as many comments as I can. I for a long time I was answering every single comment, but as we're growing, as I'm sure you can imagine, that gets harder and harder, which is part of the reason that I started the Move to Mexico membership site. But I really try to answer people's comments, and because it really means so much to me when you tune into these live streams and when you leave comments on the videos. So let's see. Mike said, I like your energy and helpful info. Congrats on your 10K. Do some towns outside of Queretaro metro area, so to speak, have bus service into town? Yes, there are buses that go all over Queretaro, and you can purchase a little booklet, like a little teeny tiny pocket booklets, at the little stands where they sell newspapers in the towns in Querétaro, and it'll give you the bus schedules for all over the city. But also Uber is really affordable. Even from long journeys outside of the city, Uber is really affordable too. Anita, thank you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, Anita. I also wanted to say, before we kind of wrap this thing up, if you are new around here, or maybe you have just never checked this out, but I have a totally free 25-page guide all about moving to Mexico. It's called the Move to Mexico Quick Start Guide. And let me see if I could just share my screen with you very quickly so I can kind of show you what it looks like. Yes, here it is. This is the Move to Mexico Quick Start Guide. There's a link to it in the description of this video, but you just sign up and I send it to you via email. It's a 25-page guide. I've got my most frequently asked questions about living in Mexico. Okay, there it's going. Let's see, is Mexico safe? Talking about my visa. I've also got, and this is where it gets really handy down here, I've got these tips for apartment hunting in Mexico. And in addition to the apartment hunting tips for Mexico, I also have this renting in Spanish cheat sheet with literally like the exact phrases that you can send to a potential landlord when you're asking about a potential property. So that is in the description. Was everyone able to see the guide when I was scrolling through it? Okay. That's the Move to Mexico Quick Start Guide. Scott says, highly recommend the Move to Mexico guide. It tells you everything you need to do to make the move. Yes, it is. It's like I said, it's a free 25-page guide. When you sign up, you just put your email address and I'll send it to you via email, and it's yours, the guide. So like I said, frequently asked questions about moving to Mexico. It's got apartment hunting tips, and it also has that renting in Spanish cheat sheet. Boink wants to know about the fiador, and it's been a while since I looked at my own guide. I believe that I touched on the fiador in the guide, but in case you don't know what a fiador is, it's essentially a guarantor, someone to sign on your behalf in Mexico when you sign your contract. And that person has to be a Mexican citizen, and they have to be a property owner in Mexico. There are some ways to get around having a fiador. And actually in Queretaro, I've been meaning to tell you this, Boink, but in Queretaro, something that's becoming popular is, I'll have to look up, I don't remember the exact wording for it. So if someone knows here in the, if someone knows here in the chat, if they're from Mexico, but essentially it's like a background check in lieu of a fiador. And they also accept that for foreigners. So again, not every landlord will take that, but it is one of the ways around a fiador. Another way is to pay a larger security deposit, pay more money up front, pay more money in rent. So there's just several options for getting around it, but that background check is becoming more popular here over the traditional fiador or guarantor. But also another way to get around having to have someone sign for you is for going through a company like Host Relocation. There are companies that do and will sign on your behalf in case you don't know a Mexican property owner willing to do so. Yes, that's exactly it. It's a Policía Jurídica. That's what it is. It's a background check instead of having a fiador. That's exactly what it is. It's a background check. I'm not exactly sure how it works. If you're interested in learning more about this, I could maybe do a video or a live about this in the future. And I guess maybe that would be a good idea. I'm going to write that down after this live to dive into the different ways of getting around a fiador in Mexico. So yes, thanks for shouting that out, Helen. Let's see. Oops. Yes, interested in the video. Very cool. Mike, if you want to send me a gift, I think you can send it via the super chat. I don't have that. I don't see that like on my screen that I have. Oh, okay. It sounds like Tangerine Travels just did a video talking about that. So if you're interested in the Policía Jurídica, definitely head over to their channel and check that out. Yes, an aval and a fiador are the same thing. It's just called different things in different parts of Mexico. I think aval is a little more common, but fiador is what they call it here in Querétaro, but it's just a guarantor. I know the K went rogue. I had them stuck with tape, but the K has a mind of its own. Let's see any other questions in here before we kind of wrap things up. Questions, comments. Like I said, if you haven't downloaded the Move to Mexico Quick Start Guide, that is in the description, the link to that, and that is a 25-page totally free guide. Also, if you are interested in chatting with me personally, one-on-one about moving to Mexico, I offer one-on-one clarity calls via Zoom. I offer 30-minute sessions and I offer hour-long sessions. I have a link in the description of this video, kind of giving you the details for that price-wise. And a lot of people have found them super helpful. I know Anita's done one, Jim's done one. If anyone else here has done one and found it helpful, you can go ahead and shout it out in the chat. But yes, it's a one-on-one Zoom call. You also get the recording, and I follow up with I send you a follow-up email with any other additional questions that you have about your specific situation moving to Mexico. Jim said that he had the call and it was a great call to have. Yeah, if you like to want to connect on a one-on-one and level and get your questions answered, that clarity call is a great option. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will wrap things up here. I am so looking forward to this next chapter with the YouTube channel. Like I said, I'm planning on doing a series about neighborhoods and different areas to live in Querétaro. You can look for that later this summer, maybe taking another look at cost of living Since I know that those videos were popular with people, it's been very helpful to see what videos you have enjoyed on my channel. So for cost of living, things change every year with inflation and the exchange rate. So maybe take another look at those. But yes, I'm so excited to see where we go in this next year with the YouTube channel. It will turn 1. My YouTube channel will turn 1 the first week of July. So maybe we'll do another live stream then to kind of celebrate that and see where we're at subscriber wise. But I am so excited I'm so happy that so many of you tuned in tonight. Still just riding this high of 10,000 subscribers. So, oh, I'm sorry you missed it too, Charlie. Hopefully you can check out the playback. The playback will be up for 24 hours. Thank you, Laura. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Mark. 100K. We'll see. We'll see. Just got to keep one video at a time, 1 week at a time, right? Muchísimas gracias, Helen. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you so much. Thank you, Scott. Thanks so much, everybody. I will call it here, and I hope that you all have a great night, and I will see you next week with a new video on my channel. If you enjoyed this live stream, if you enjoyed watching the playback, if you watched the playback, then let me know in the comments below. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. Take care, and I will see you soon. Bye. Cheers. Cheers to 10K.